The Global Panel on Agriculture and Food Systems for Nutrition is launching a Food Systems Policy Handbook, a handbook of evidence and policy recommendations for countries looking to provide healthier diets for all. To discuss this handbook, we are joined by Professor Lynnette Neufeld, who is the head of the Nutrition Division at the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations. Professor Neufeld, thank you for joining us, and how are you?
Good, how are you?
Now, having the United Nations Food Systems Summit, COP26, Nutrition for Growth, and the African Union declaring 2022 as a year of nutrition in such close succession has really provided us with a unique opportunity to drive forward food system reform so they provide healthier diets and better nurture our natural environment. How optimistic are you that we've reached a real milestone for change?
All right, so I think the answer to that question is that I am cautiously optimistic. There is a precedent set here that really is very new and very novel. The dialogues that have happened around the Food Systems Summit, the evidence that was consolidated is fundamental, and it is different. It's done in a way that is different from the past. So that provides the optimism. The caution comes in that two things. First, we're in a very difficult time right now, and we're faced with so many challenges. We are hearing a lot about hunger, and I worry that the message around healthy diets and everything that is needed to achieve healthy diets will be overrun by concerns around hunger, which is certainly a part of what we worry about, but it's only a part of what we worry about.
Cautiously optimistic, but positive nonetheless. Professor Neufeld, you quite rightly described the need to have hunger and healthy diets on the agenda at the same time. What do you think is a key issue in making this happen to drive forward food systems reform, particularly given the situation we have with these multiple crises unfolding?
Even if it weren't for that situation, what we're doing is what we're trying to do is complicated. It involves a close dialogue of stakeholders that haven't necessarily spoken so clearly and continually together in the past, and don't always speak the same language. And from the nutrition point of view, we need to learn to translate much more uh, effectively the language that we use, so that we economists and agriculturalists and people concerned with livelihoods and the environment hear the messages, and we can find our common areas of interest and action.
Thank you. We talked earlier about the United Nations Food Systems Summit, and you mentioned the country dialogues. From this process has come a series of commitments. What do you think is a key challenge in turning some of these high level commitments into meaningful action?
Solutions cannot be quote solutions, cannot be only at a national level. We won't be effective. The reality subnationally in many countries is so distinct that sometimes we talk about the difference between countries. Sometimes the differences within a country are as big, if not bigger, than the differences that you see when you look at across a national level. And I think that is going to be another really critical challenge to go from generalities into specifics in a way that is meaningful to the reality that people live on the ground.
So, the Global Panel has this Food Systems Policy Handbook. How do you think the handbook can help people deliver solutions, as you put it, in their local reality?
I really like the way it's set up. It's very user friendly, and it walks you through to get to the specific. To really drill down into those policy briefs, you do still need to know which ones you want to focus on. So that comparator across and the balance across, if I have my dollar to spend, where's the best place to spend my dollar in my situation, I think is still something that will need to be in addition to the utilization of the handbook. The handbook is a fantastic tool to navigate you to the briefs that are available.
Professor Neufeld, Director of the Nutrition Division at the FAO, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, and I wish you all the best of luck. You've created a great resource, and I look forward to using it. and sharing it with others.